Kiké Hernández of the Dodgers. How does that sound?
Sounds good. And thanks for the update on those guys coming over or about to come over. That's
Yeah.
freaking huge.
Are you texting Joe Kelly right after and being like, dude, we're about to be friends again?
1000%. I was about to yell at my wife to tell her because she's probably going to be excited. She loves Ashley Kelly, so that's going to be huge for her. But I wasn't sure when I was going to come on, so I didn't want to get caught off guard yelling at my wife, telling her that Joe was coming as well.
We encourage yelling. We encourage kids running through, so don't even worry about that.
He can take 30 seconds off right now. Like, we could kill time. They always tell us we talk too much on this show. Like, if you want to just holler and say, honey, Joe Kelly is coming back to LA just like me.
And
Mariana, Joe Kelly viene. That's it.
Let's go. Great. I love that. So take me through what it's like to return to a ball club. Like, from the moment you first got word, did you have any inkling that this was going to happen, or did you kind of learn the news when everyone else did?
I mean, I had an idea. I mean, I figured that, with the year that I was having and being on the last year of my contract and, diminished playing time, that it was a high possibility that I was going to end up being traded. And, you hear things, your agent gets calls, grandparents read on Facebook, things like that. And, yeah, I delete my Twitter off my phone during the season to not get caught up with anything like that. And, yeah, I learned the day of the trade around 2:00, 2:30 or something. Haim and AC let me know that the trade was pretty much in the 1 yard line, and it was up to complete the medical exchanges. And I guess since there was money involved, the commissioner's office had to approve. So that process took a couple hours and allowed me to say my goodbyes and wait for the media to be out of the clubhouse before I started packing, since the trade wasn't official yet. And from there on, it was all as quick as it could be. Andrew called me and he's like, "Hey, I need you to get on a flight at 9:45. We have a lefty pitching against us tomorrow, and you're familiar with that lefty, Kikuchi. So we need you to get on this flight, possibly tonight, so that you can be in the lineup tomorrow." And that's how it happened. I showed up and just saying what's up to everybody again, seeing a lot of old faces, and not just staff, clubhouse staff and all that, but also like stadium employees. Everybody, it was good to see familiar faces. And with it being a day game, it all happened really quick. I wasn't really knowing what was happening. I got caught in like the third or fourth inning looking around, and I was like, man, is this, like, am I dreaming? What is going on? I had a Red Sox uniform yesterday, and I'm here in Dodger Stadium with a Dodgers uniform again. This is so weird, but it's exciting, man. It's exciting to be back. I really hadn't thought too much about it on Wednesday when it happened, but as I had a day off to sit down and think about everything that happened. I needed this. Just because my last year as a Dodger, it was on an empty stadium, and the fans have always loved me here. Like, I'm one of their kids, so it's good that I get to finish the second half in front of fans and jump into a playoff race, and hopefully we can win this division and go deep into October.
Yeah, we were talking to Ross Stripling the other day, and he talked about, we asked, hey, what is Kiké probably going to do? And he said, basically, you're going to do a little dance, a little twerking over there, and then basically you got back in there, and all of a sudden you did a little twerking too as well.
We're going to run it before he answers. Let's run it. Your former teammate Kiké Hernández going back to the Dodgers. What do you think he does first thing when he walks into the clubhouse?
Knowing Kiké, I would guess he walks through the threshold of the locker room, drops whatever he's carrying, and he twerks.
A few moments later.
He'll start dancing. They'll probably even play a song for him as he walks in, and he just starts dancing and having a good time. He is full of energy. One of the best teammates I've ever had. I think whatever his entrance is going to be, it's going to be high energy, and everyone's going to love it.
Wow.
When you know, you know.
Phenomenal.
Was that pre-coordinated?
No, I actually saw that interview yesterday. I was dying laughing because I was like, "Yep, that's stripped to a T, and that's me to a T." So that was perfect.
That's really good. And what was the reaction when you get back in there for the first time and you're also coming back to a team? It's not like the Rays where you feel like it's a completely different team. And the guys will even say that. Like we had Glasnow on last week and he's like, yeah, we're used to turnover. Like half the roster is different. Like the Dodgers have plenty of dudes that you're saying hi to that are still there.
Yeah, no, there's still a lot of guys that I know personally. I know really well. There's some other guys that I never played with, but I played plenty against, like Jay Hay, Freddie, and then there's a lot of new faces as well. But it's still a great group. Coaching staff is pretty much the same. Clubhouse staff is the same. Kitchen trainers, they're all the same. So it was almost like I never left. It's been 3 years, and it felt like forever. But then once I walked in those doors, it felt like it was yesterday. So it was great, to just plug myself in that locker room and get to the dugout and go to the lineup card to see who the umpires are, to make sure I call everybody by their names and say what's up. And when I'm coming back from that, they're greeting me with a little song. And when I hear music, I can't help myself but start dancing. My ass starts shaking and shit, and I can't help it. So that's what happened.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's the music. I understand how it is. That's fun.
Yeah.
So now we got to go into, you get traded. How's the wife doing? Is she doing okay with it? Because she left her best friend, but she's got more best friends. Is JT more sad or less sad than she is that you're leaving, and the wives? How's that all going?
And it's she's going through it the same as I went through it, and kind of still going through it, but at the same time, she's coming back to a familiarity. It's not like we're going on a new team where we don't know anybody. She knows plenty of wives. She knows plenty of people that take care of her. Well, at the stadium, the family room people are still the same. So in that sense, she's happy. She's at peace with it, I guess. The problem is now she's got to go back to Boston in a couple of days and figure out all the moving stuff on her own. We have some friends that are not on the team. We have some friends in Boston that are just our friends that we became friends with by living in Boston that are going to help out. My dad's flying out to help her out and fly across the country with a 2-year-old. That's really easy to fly across the country with a 2-year-old. And then we also have 2 dogs. So we're going to fly out some people to help her out. And luckily we have some former friends that still have places in LA, like Rich Hill. And that's where I'm going to be bunking in for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
So when you did get traded, Cora actually came out and said he kind of wished basically you didn't play in the World Baseball Classic and you would get more playing time at shortstop. I felt like there was a little, I don't know if it was bitterness. I don't know if it was a mistake. I mean, what do you take of that? And was there talks before that, before the WBC?
No, I understand why he said it. I didn't know he said that, but there was no talks about it. He is a fellow Puerto Rican. He understands how much it means for us to represent our country. Is just neither me or him expected those 2 weeks of the WBC to affect my defense at short the way it did, and those are things that happen, and there's nothing we can do about it. I guess it's just shit that happens, and I mean, I could have stayed back in spring training and got hurt and missed half a year. Those are part of the game, and I don't regret going to WBC, of course. Those are decisions that you make beforehand, and I will never say no to representing my country, and that's just how it goes.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, and you only get that every 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
WBC
Depending.
action.
Yep.
It's 2 freaking weeks.
You got to play for your country, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so tell me about the weather change. As you know, you spent some time in Boston. Right now, whatever, but in the fall, you'll be in LA now. Does that excite you?
Yeah, man. I mean, it would have excited me if it was in April, but it's hot in Boston and it's hot here. And we played a day game on Wednesday, and of course, Boston is way more humid than LA, but I was sweating like I was in Atlanta, Georgia on Wednesday. It was really hot. There was a heat wave going on, and I think it's really hot today as well. And I like when it's hot. It was hot in Boston, but it gets cold really quick in Boston. Mid-August, it starts getting cold again, and I'm looking forward to not having to wear sleeves underneath.
Hey, here's a little different question. When you go back to LA, do you start do you have a place there? Do you have to
No,
find?
he just said he's staying at Rich Hill.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I take it back.
But Hill's on the Pirate. I actually wanted to get a follow up though.
Yeah,
I want to
go ahead.
tag team with you. So Hill's on the Pirates.
Yes.
Is it an empty house? What's the situation there?
Actually, we got lucky. He was renting the place, and the people that were renting the place, their lease expired about 2 weeks ago, so it's an empty house right now. So we get to move in, and we'll see what happens. Maybe Rich Hill comes to the Dodgers, and we can be roommates. I don't know. We'll see.
That was who would
we're into bringing everybody back.
Yeah, that's true.
Bring them all back. I'm sure Rich Hill's place is big enough. Let's get a roomie situation.
Kumbaya.
Who would you choose right now on your Dodger team to be roommates with?
Trace Thompson. I'm looking forward to seeing him back. He's on a rehab assignment. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him again. Barnesy's one of my boys. We got traded to the Dodgers together. So his wife, my wife are really good friends, and we have kids that are the same age. So that would be great. And I guess we got one more empty room. Who could Chris Taylor? Chris Taylor would probably be the other guy.
Nice. And who else, playing off what you're saying, the whole reunion tour for the Dodgers, who else do you want? So we've got Hill. JT just left, and he was in tears with his emojis. Who else do you miss, from your last days with the Dodgers?
Chase Utley, David Freese.
Wow. So you're doing the comeback.
Yeah, it can be tampering. It can be tampering.
True, right. You're not supposed to. Well, you can talk about guys, but right, you're not supposed to bring up who you want and all that. Which your teammates, we've had a lot of them on lately, have done a nice job of with the Ohtani conversation. And he's not being moved, so now we're okay. There's no tampering anymore. He's not being traded. That's official.
Yeah, I heard I was gonna go to the Angels first, but then at the last minute they regretted not. The Angels said no, we can't trade Ohtani straight up for Kiké, so we're gonna have to nix the trade, and I ended up going to the Dodgers.
Breaking news right here on FT Live.
I would say that's a steal.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Did you think? Did you hear anything else? Had you heard about any other teams? Now that you actually are traded, obviously you're with the Dodgers for the rest of the season. Did any other names or teams pop up?
I heard there was a team in California as well that wanted me. I don't know. I'm not gonna say which name, but it has a couple of ex-teammates on that team, so I think that team wanted me as well.
I knew it was Oakland. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure Kiké has not played with anybody on Oakland. I'm gonna take the under on that one.
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
There's
no teammates.
Veterans. I can. There are so few veterans on Oakland. I can name them all for you right now.
I played with one. I played with one of the people in Oakland.
I can name them really quick. Trevor May, Jace Peterson.
Is Seth Brown?
Rooker.
He's not a veteran. Rooker's not a veteran.
You're
just naming on Oakland place. Tony Kemp. Oh, you were with the Astros together, right?
No,
yeah, right.
I mean if Instructs counts.
Oh, that counts. Some
Eric,
of us only ever get Instructs.
It counts for Eric.
Yeah, it counts for me.
All right.
Hey, Kiké,
yeah, that was not the team.
On that front, what do you think about the Oakland situation and just that they might not have a team after this year? Okay, we had Ross on the other day, and he said the A's actually might play in San Francisco next year because they don't know where they're playing next year because now that they're basically officially leaving, he's like, are they going to be in Reno? The ballpark doesn't open up for 4 or 5 years. So it's kind of crazy. You're on that team and you don't know where you're going to be. And Ross has been through that because remember he was right with Toronto where they had to play in
With
Buffalo.
the Buffalo Blue Jays and Dunedin Blue Jays. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal, is it?
No, it's definitely an unfortunate situation, not just for the fans. Obviously, the team with that much history, and I played there when that team was good, and that place gets banging, that place gets rocking, and it's a really fun place to play. And even though it's the facilities are not great, whatever, it's still a really fun place to play in. And Of course, it's unfortunate, but it's just an unfair situation for the players just to be a part of the team that you don't know where they're going to be at next year. You don't know how to go about, spring training housing, uh, in-season housing. Some of these cities, it's not that easy to find a place to live in, and um, I don't know. It's just a very unfortunate situation, and hopefully they can get that resolved really quickly.
Hey, last question from me. Have they given you an inkling? Hey,
Yo,
sorry about
my
that. I
connection
went
was
out for a
breaking
second.
out. Yeah.
They giving you an inkling of where they want you to play, or have they said anything, or just said, "Hey, be ready for anything"?
So I had a conversation with Doc. They said the plan for now is to start against lefties, be ready to come in late in the game to play defense, be ready to come in mid game to pinch hit when there's a left-handed pitcher coming in. So for now, it's just to face lefties and be ready to go for defense whenever they need me to go in. Probably gonna be playing second and center, shortstop here and there. I don't know. The shortstop situation might change now that we just traded for Ahmed Rosario, but that's the plan for now. And like I've done for many years, I don't have an issue moving around from here to there. So just ready for whenever. Probably starting tonight against the lefty, and then from there on, just ready to go in at any time, at any position.
Is there a fierce rivalry right now with Ahmed Rosario coming to the party too? And they're like, he can hit lefties and he's super versatile. Like, what are you going to, how's that relationship going to go when you got a player like that coming in at the same time too? That I'm saying it jokingly, obviously. Like, you guys are adding a lot of pieces right now with LA, and they're doing more than most teams, I would say. Where LA, I would say, doesn't have as many holes as most teams, but you got to give credit to a team that's doing this, right?
Yeah, for sure. As far as the situation between me and him, I have no problem. I know him a little bit. We played in Japan together in 2018 when we did the All Star series or whatever. And I guess if I create a rivalry with Ahmed, I'm gonna have to create a rivalry with Mookie that he plays shortstop, second base now, and I'm gonna have to create a rivalry with CT, who I've been friends with for so many years that he basically does the same as I do. So. I mean, I guess I'm going to have a lot of rivals on the same team.
There seems to be a trend. The Dodgers have a lot of versatility
And wins.
and a lot of dubs. Yeah. Kiké, have fun, man. It was great catching up with
Thank
you,
you.
dude. Enjoy the ride.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you
Good luck.
guys. We'll do.
Thank you.